Try on the pulse of the road and the future of flight. From viral trends to policy shifts, we cut through the traffic to bring you the stories that drive us. Your fast track guide to everything on the move starts right now. From the Midnight News Channel studio to Mel 947 BFM, I'm Paolo del Rosario, and this is Shift Habits. Joining me today is my favorite co-host of this show for today, motoring editor of Business World and the man behind Uncapped, Cap Maceda Aguila. Thank you so much for being here, partner. You're on the opposite side of the table right now.
Biglang na-increase yung pag-miss ko. So I miss you so much, and I'm happy to be here with you. And we'll be doing some quick shifting today because we're loaded.
We are loaded. We have a full house. The reason why is because we have a packed house today. The future of mobility is no longer limited to a single direction. Today, it is powered by innovation on four wheels, driven by technology, design, and the constant evolution of how people move around the world. The electrification to smart mobility solutions, the automotive industry continues to shape the way we travel, do business, and experience modern living. Now, in the Philippines, one of the most anticipated events in the industry is the Philippine International Motor Show, a gathering of global and local brands that showcases the latest in innovation, design, and mobility solutions for the Filipino market. Organized under UAAGI, the event brings together automotive leaders who are helping shape the direction of the industry, from passenger vehicles to next-generation mobility platforms.
Now this year, the spotlight shines on some of the industry's key players, including Foton and Chery, who continue to expand their presence in the local market, as well as Radar and Lynk Co, brands that represent the next wave of modern connected mobility. Now behind these brands are industry leaders who help drive their vision and growth in the Philippines. To help us break down the role of UAAGI, the significance of the Philippine International Motor Show, and what's next for some of the world's leading automotive brands in the country, we are joined today by Lyn Buena, Chief Marketing Executive and SVP of UAAGI, Josh Sytin, Deputy Director of UAAGI, Franz Decloedt, brand head of Chery Auto Philippines, Radar and Lynk Co, and Levy Santos, the General Manager of Foton Motor Philippines. Thank you very much, everyone, and welcome to the show.
It's such a full house. Yeah. I mean, we have never had these many guests on this show ever before, so thank you so much for being here. And the reason why we wanted you all here together is because one of the biggest shows in terms of the automotive world here in the country is about to happen, and UAAGI is a big part of that, obviously. Let's start off first with Lyn, because when we talk about the upcoming PIMS, can you tell us a bit more about the role of UAAGI and what can we expect from UAAGI in the upcoming PIMS?
The UAAGI Auto Group is the one auto group that is going to be represented by four brands in the upcoming 10th Philippine International Auto Show. And so we're very excited. A lot of our brands, Chery, Foton, and Jatour and Bike are going to be there. Guns blazing. And we're going to be showing a lot of, we're going to be showing our latest products.
Yeah.
And of course, our EV offerings.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic because it feels like a lot of people are, it feels like we're in a crossroads in general of how consumers actually approach the automotive industry, especially with the price hikes for the gas and people shifting to electrification and all of the other challenges that we're seeing. But Josh, when we look at PIMS in particular, a lot of people expect it to be a showcase of both technology, new vehicles. When we already know an idea of what to expect from UAAGI, but what excites you the most of what UAAGI has to offer?
I think what's most exciting with UAAGI is we have a wide range of vehicles, from pickups to commercial vehicles. We have all of it, even the full-size SUVs. So we have we have everything to offer to the Philippine market here.
Cap, we're so excited for the event in particular, and all of these other brands are coming in as well. You, from a journalist standpoint, who's covered motoring for quite some time, I know you don't look it. You look really young until now, right? What can the consumers expect? What can the enthusiasts expect, especially given your experience?
Okay, now probably the headline for the Philippine International Motor Show is the mix of brands that it has.
Yeah.
The recently concluded Manila International Auto Show, a lot of people commented that it was mainly comprised of Chinese brands. So this one, you have a more accurate spread of brands that are in the country right now. So you have your legacy brands, like the Japanese, the Koreans, and all that. And you, of course, you will still have the Chinese brands, as represented, of course, by UAAGI. They represent quite good brands that people should be taking a look at. So in terms of diversity, probably, or approach, or paradigm, or whatever you want to call it, you showgoers will have this benefit of seeing really a diverse range of vehicles, whether powertrains or even in the execution, as defined by all the brands that will be represented there.
Yeah, and again, the spread is wide. Franz, you handle so many brands. I don't know how you have the time to do all the things that you have to do. But with that being said, can you tell us a bit more about your own preparations here for PIMS with the brands that you're handling? Again, you're handling here Chery Auto Philippines, Lynk Co, and Radar.
Well, the beauty of it is that for PIMS, we're focusing on Chery as a brand that will be there at PIMS. And we have, well, aside from the existing lineup of vehicles that we have right now, where our best-selling REV will be there, it is actually something that Filipinos are really gravitating towards right now. It's a 7-seater plug-in hybrid that can do up to 1,400 kilometers range, combined AV and what do you call this? Fuel. And then when it comes to pure EV, it's 130 kilometers of range. What's more exciting actually coming in PIMS would be we will be introducing a new vehicle, a new offering from the Chery brand that's going to be full electric. And I will not divulge anything more. It's been out there, we've been teasing it, but it's going to be something new and different from the Chery.
It feels like there's been so many shifts when it comes to moving on to electric, hybrid as well. I actually personally have tried the REV myself, and yes, it is really something to watch out for, and I really encourage more and more people to at least have a look with it. But I mentioned about the shift to EV, and actually Foton has had a shift as well towards EV. In fact, they're evolving a bit towards EV as well. And of course, buti na lang we have Levy here to tell us all
If I may add
about
also,
it.
Foton has been in the country for quite a while.
Exactly.
Since 2006, am I right?
2006.
And they also have significantly a production facility in Clark.
Yes.
Which was opened in 2016?
2015.
15.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
more than a decade na. So
Yeah, but it like we mentioned, more than a decade here and constantly evolving. EV the next step. Tama ba?
Actually, we've been advocating EV since 2021. No?
Yeah.
Focusing on commercial vehicle. We know the process of the buying process of commercial vehicle is very much different from
Yeah,
buying
100%.
a passenger car. It takes. I can say that the purchase of an EV car is more of an emotional buy. Emotional decision. But for commercial vehicle, it's more of a business decision. So, mas marami silang kino-consider yung uptime, return on investment, those things. So, we've been preparing for that EV transition since 5 years ago. So, now I think we're more than ready to take on the challenge.
further to your point, do you see that commercial vehicle operators or fleet buyers, are they more open to the electric format versus, let's say, the private consumer?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially during the what happened in the Middle East, no, the oil crisis, no. We've been getting a lot of inquiries now. Before we are reaching out to them, but now it's the other way around. They're calling us to do presentation, so they are now more open because of the volatility of the oil price.
So nag-increase talaga yung demand, in other words.
Yes. Oh.
No, and again, it feels like it's a challenge for UAGI to meet the demand sometimes because there have been more and more people who have been trying to go electric, go hybrid, both commercial and consumer. My question here for Josh in particular, when you take a look at the number of dealerships that we have all over the country trying to service that, where are we at the moment, and do we expect any more expansions with this rising demand?
Currently, we have dealers nationwide for all of our brands. All of them are ready to serve the market now, especially with the demand for EV and plug-in hybrid. And we've noticed that with what the dealers have ordered from us.
Yeah, it feels like there's going to be obviously a shift of the consumer, of the supply, given the demand that we are seeing right now. But Lynn, when we look at the wait times, are there wait times right now that are different between EV and ICE? Because if I'm not mistaken, Cap, when we were talking about the previous auto shows or even other brands in general, there has been a significant gap between the demand of EV and ICE, and I was wondering if that's true for UAGI.
Yes, for sure. We've experienced wait times for units to be available for the market because we've had an upsurge in increase and reservations. These were helped by a lot of the activations that we've done, putting it out there, making sure that the conversation shifts from why EV to which EV, and hopefully that's the EV from UAAGI. And yes, we are now serving a demand of, what is our timeline now? About a month, 2 months waiting period for specific models. There are some that will arrive earlier, and there are some that are that will take some time because there are.
How do you see this situation panning out? Because of course, more immediately, it was driven by the Iran war, of course, which drove up fuel prices. Do you see, is this the tipping point already where people are not just reacting to the higher fuel prices, but are they making a conscious choice? Now, anyone can answer this. Are they making a conscious choice because they see now the benefits, not just because of, in some cases, no fuel, or in some cases, very less fuel? Do we have a better appreciation in general? I mean, for the Filipino public, because we're also, of course, like Paolo and I have been talking also throughout like many weeks about how there's still this sort of range anxiety because of the infrastructure. It's not to the level that we want it to be. I mean, charging infrastructure. But what are you seeing in the demands of your consumers, or in probably feedback that you're getting from them?
Okay. If I may. So right now, like the show says, a shift happens.
Yeah.
Okay. And what happened in the Middle East is bittersweet. Bittersweet in the sense that it is a crisis, but then within a crisis, the resiliency of the Filipino steps in. And here, they see that they're looking at options. The curiosity actually has come in. And then with more and more people trying it, more and more people have drunk the Kool-Aid. When I say that, meaning to say, they've tasted it, and it's, in my opinion, and this is really my opinion, it's going to be hard for them to let go because they see now the benefits of going EV, plug-in hybrid, versus, let's say, the traditional ICE engines right now. Of course, we're not saying that the ICE engines will disappear, but there will be that balance that's happening right now.
All right. You know, and it's just so interesting because it still feels right now, as much as we have had EVs, HEVs for years, it feels like we're still educating people.
Yes.
It still feels like we're not ready to fully embrace it. Some people are actually holding back from embracing EV completely by going hybrid and saying that that's their entry point to that.
Yes.
And people are also still worried about after sales. Like, they don't know how to maintain it sometimes. They don't know if the parts are going to be available. But if I'm not mistaken, the UAAGI has tried to address that in particular.
Yes.
And how have they done that, if you don't mind me asking it?
Okay, well, let me start off with our network. Combined, all six brands, we have 114 dealers nationwide. We also established a UAAGI technical training center, where we also have a parts facility, a 1 hectare parts facility, to make sure that we have parts and we have stocks of parts, EV parts as well, for certain brands. We also have our manufacturing facility in Clark for Foton, again to show that we have the facility and wherewithal to get the parts in, our after sales technical expertise in when it's needed by our consumers.
11 hectare assembly plant, if I'm not mistaken, in Clark Freeport over in Pampanga. How many cars do we expect from this facility? It's a Foton question actually. So buti lang dito ka. All right.
It has a capability of producing 12,000 units in a year, no? So we can produce 1,000 a month. Going back to the question, no, the challenge really is educating the buyers, no. So when we offer Foton, we don't just offer the vehicle, we offer the whole ecosystem. We want to address their concern on charging station, so we offer the charging units for their facility. So that way we can address the range anxiety of the
It's practically addressing any problem that they could ever anticipate that they probably haven't anticipated yet. All right, so we have a lot more to talk about, but we have to take a quick break here. Again, as I mentioned, we have a full house with our friends from UAAGI, and I love it, to be honest. When we come back, we're going to talk more and more about, as well as the Philippine International Motor Show and the multiple brands under the UAAGI automotive umbrella. Don't go away, we'll be right back. You're still tuned in to BNC, the Billionaire News Channel, and Mellow 947 BFM.
Looking for the perfect escape? Discover Club Nalu, a serene beachfront retreat where stillness meets style. Nestled along the quiet shores of Bacnotan in La Union, Club Nalu is designed for slow mornings, ocean breezes, and moments that help you unwind. From cozy rooms and sun-drenched villas to relaxing spaces inspired by nature. Every corner invites you to pause, breathe, and recharge. Club Nalu, come as you are and leave feeling a little lighter. Book now at clubnalu.ph.
Welcome back. You're still watching Shift Happens. We are still with Lyn Buena, Josh Sytin. I'm going to go through all of the names because their resumes are too long. Franz Decloedt. Yes, that's absolutely right. And of course, Levy Santos. Thank you so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. All right, a lot of people are going to be really curious about the products that that UAGI has to offer, especially when we talk about PIMS. When we look at this, it's the 10th PIMS, if I'm not mistaken.
10th, yes.
And Josh, when we look at the growth of PIMS throughout the years, how have you seen the growth? And of course, what do you feel, what excites you the most compared to last year, this time around?
I think there is definitely growth in PIMS. I don't know the exact numbers, but every time we go, I mean, it feels tighter and tighter and hotter, of course.
Yeah.
But there's also growth in the number of Chinese brands that have been joining PIMS, and I think it's exciting to see the variety of brands in PIMS.
Yeah, it's just so interesting. You mentioned the Chinese brands. A lot of people have noticed and understood that the Chinese brands have now shed their old stereotype of not being as reliable. They had that stereotype in the past, but that has changed drastically. Is that something that we've seen with UAGI?
Yes, we are happy that we're part of the conversation now, and people are more receptive when it comes to Chinese technologies and all the after sales and the after sales services that we offer as a group.
You know, Kap, it's just very true because again, with all of our conversations with not just people within the industry, brands, even consumers, the level of trust and the reliability of the Chinese brands definitely has stepped up a notch in a good way.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And also, more than, we counted this before, more than half of the marks or brands in the country right now are Chinese brands. So that speaks also to the level of trust that, as you said, has been steadily growing through the years. Now, of course, the question for a casual browser would be, what if I want to choose from the UAAGI roster of brands? Yeah. Can you give us maybe Lyn? Can you give us a rundown of the USPs per per brand.
Ang hirap naman nito. Parang thesis defense.
No. Like parang overview lang. Like, let's say Chery is for blank.
Yes.
Again. So of course, like
Okay,
we want to see get a better appreciation of the different brands and who they are more distinctly targeting, perhaps.
Right. Okay. All right, I'm gonna try and take a step back. There's a lot of brands that I'm looking after. I'm gonna try to be as fair. Okay, well, Chery, we recently launched our new global brand positioning. So Chery is for the family, and we're going to be talking a lot about safety, which we have a lot of badges, a lot of accolades for. We're also going to talk about space and comfort. So that's Chery for you. We are our current model now, the leader of the pack in terms of sales is the REV, as Franz mentioned. That's a 7-seater plug-in electric vehicle. And so, but we're going to be seeing another sibling
Very soon.
Very soon.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that. It's a PIMS.
It's a
PIMS, of course.
Okay, yes.
What could that be? It's a question. Also, and of course, Foton. Foton has been in the business for 19 pioneering years.
Yes.
And we have been serving the market mostly with commercial vehicle offers. And during the PIMS, you will see a lot of electric vehicles. We're going to have, are we okay to say, the product roster, because it's going to be exciting.
There will be new
it's a good
models
addition
for Foton.
PIMS, yes.
Oh, wow.
We have the Coach EV bus. We have the Trans Van.
A7. We have the Chery EV.
Yes.
So just to name a few.
Just to
We're
name.
hearing
Pero
this
madami
first.
yun.
We're hearing this first on shift. Okay, next.
Okay.
Okay, next.
You're really going through everything.
Yeah, well, I've worked with Cap for, so I think.
Alam niyo makulit ako.
And Radar is the newest baby in our brand portfolio. It is your everyday electric pickup.
Okay.
So we offer Radar in BEV and PHEV, EMP, I should say.
Yes.
And it's 6 months old, I think, in the market.
Wow.
But we're seeing really good results from our audience. They've been embracing, particularly the BEV pickups and businesses. So really glad, because I think we're one of the few players in the pickup segment that offers full BEVs.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, and Lynk Co.
And then Lynk Co.
I see, I'm shifting the question. Para hindi ka mapagod.
Sorry, Lynn.
All right. Lynk Co.
Oh, Lynk Co.
Lincoln Co.
Yes, we have the full range of Lynk Co. From the 06, the 03, the 01, all the zeros you can think of. And that continues to be our brand for UAAGI. And then aside from that, well, may I talk a bit more about Radar?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, for Radar, Lynn mentioned it a while ago that it's quite amazing that people have embraced actually an electric pickup, wherein traditionally 99% or plus of the market is right now diesel, basically. But in our portfolio, full electric, the BEV is the one that's selling the most. Right now, it's around maybe 80 to 90% of our sales versus the plug-in hybrid. Because people see the cost efficiency of electric for the pickup, for their business, because they buy it for their business. So it lowers the cost of operating costs in terms of fuel, but not only that, in terms of ownership. The PMS actually is quite good when it comes to electric pickups.
What have we learned from the Filipino consumer, especially since we've started to see more and more people shift to EVs and hybrids, or whichever you'd like to call them, whichever brands? We've seen so many people try to make that move from ICE to electrified mobility, new energy vehicles in general. What have we learned about the questions that you have fielded from our consumers that really goes to show you ito talaga yung concern ng mga Pinoy for the motors? Well,
Or pain points.
yeah, pain points in particular. So we'll start with you, because you look like you have an answer.
I'll tell you, I mean, people are shifting for the plain and simple reason that it's really more practical, more fuel efficient, more cost efficient, actually is the word. And cost efficient in terms of fuel, yes, the oil crisis started it all, but then they're realizing it's not just with the fuel, but it's also with the ownership.
PMS.
PMS and stuff. So combined, it's a kind of no-brainer from the practical stand of it.
All right, and Lynn,
To echo what Franz just said, I think Filipinos are sophisticated buyers, but they're also very value conscious.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's important for brands like us to be really clear about our message regarding how this would be better their lives. Like how transitioning to an EV will actually be better for your lifestyle, and how much savings you will get if you are to make that transition.
And Levy, it's not just for the regular consumer, it also works for the businesses. It feels like these are also the same things that they are looking at, the same concerns that their business owners are looking at when looking at electrifying yung fleet nila.
Yeah, number one concern is total cost of ownership. So, yeah, when we compare the fuel price to the per kilowatt hour charging, then they see the difference. It's almost 70%. So yun yung adaptation ng from ICE to EV. The realization nila is mas makakatipid talaga sila pag nag-EV sila, especially for commercial vehicles.
You know, we mentioned a lot of this has happened because of what's happening in the Middle East, unfortunately. You know, we never wish war on anything, but then at the same time, it's like during the pandemic wherein we saw a big boost in terms of the digitalization of our finances in particular. Josh, there's a lot of opportunity here, especially when it comes to the EVs electrifying our mobility in general. And how important is it that the UAGI comes in and also understands that this opportunity is there for the taking, and we're seeing that here with all of the brands and all of the offerings that the UAGI has right now, and that we're also going to see in PIMS.
Yeah, I think there's definitely an opportunity. First of all, EVs are more sustainable for our environment, so there's that opportunity for the country as a whole to be more environmentally sustainable, and there's also an opportunity, to improve your savings, because I feel like before the war, people could feel the benefits of an EV, but the increase in price really highlighted the benefits of EVs.
It wasn't as pronounced before.
Yes.
Right now, it's different, right? Cap, we were talking about like per kilometer sometimes. The cost of owning an IC compared to an EV or new energy vehicle in particular, it's so stark. But again, we're here with UAGI also talking about PIMS in general. What are you most excited about? I asked you a while ago, but right now that we've been educated a bit more what to expect from UAGI, what's exciting you about PIMS?
Well, again, probably the diversity of offerings and brands, because again, as I said, there will be a lot of nations represented probably at the PIMS. Now, if I may go back though to Josh, is UAAGI still looking at bringing in some brands in the future? Sorry, I've been sitting on this question.
Yes, and I will be here sipping my coffee.
I'll put you on the spot.
Well, listen.
Well, of course, we're not saying no. I'm not gonna give a.
Why are you looking at them?
I'm not gonna give a definite answer, but
so it's a yes.
Okay, for the record, no definite answer.
No definite answer.
No definite answer. Pero Cap feels.
I tried.
Cap has tried. All right, we promised this was not going to be an expose of any kind, so we're going to wrap this all up. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. I know the UAGI is a very busy group, and you're going to be very busy up in the lead up to PIMS, and we are so excited for it. And I believe we will have a presence there as well from Billionaire News Channel. So thank you so much for being here, and hopefully we can have another conversation again soon. And damihan natin yung tao dito. Let's try 8 people next time.
Sige.
I don't know how we're gonna do it. We'll find a way. We'll find another row of people there. Thank you so much for joining us, and hopefully we can have you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, Cap.
And that concludes our roundup of the stories driving the industry forward. I'm Cap Maceda Aguila.
And ako po si Paolo del Rosario. Join us again tomorrow on Shift Happens, your fast track guide to everything on the move. Keep it here. You're still watching BNC, the Billionaire News Channel, and tuned in to Mellow 947 BFM.